Welcome to this screencast where we will discuss compound statements and their truth values and keeping track of them using truth tables. In a previous screencast we learned that we can combine statements using logical operators to create compound statements. Ultimately we want to determine whether a compound statement is true or false based on whether or not the statements within that compound statement are true or false. One way of doing this is keeping track of the truth values using what we call a truth table. If P and Q are statements, there are several possibilities for compound statements involving them, since P could be true or false, and Q could be true or false. For example, P and Q could both be true, P could be true but Q could be false, P could be false and Q could be true, or of course they could both be false. Now let's see the truth tables for the three logical operators that we have already learned: conjunction, disjunction, and negation. First, let's look at the truth table for the conjunction P and Q. Besides the column for P and the column for Q, we also include a column for the compound statement P and Q. In the first row, P and Q are both true. According to the definition of conjunction, a conjunction is true only when both P and Q are true. So certainly in this case, the conjunction is in fact true. In all of the other cases, we don't have both P and Q being true. So in all of these cases, the conjunction must be false. Now, let's look at the truth table for the disjunction, P or Q. I suggest that you pause the video now and determine the truth value of P or Q on your own, in each of the four cases below. To determine the truth values, we recall the definition of disjunction, which says that a disjunction is true only when at least one of P and Q is true. If we look at the first three rows in this truth table, at least one of P and Q is true in all three of them. So the disjunction is true in all three of these cases. In the last row, neither P nor Q is true. Therefore, the disjunction is false in this case. Finally, let's look at the truth table for the negation of P. In this example, we begin with only one statement, not two. So there are only two cases to consider: when P is true or when P is false. Recall that the definition of negation says that not P is true only when P is false. Using just this information, we can complete the truth table. It will be true when P is false, and not P is false when P is true.